Pertempuran di Ukraina merusak berbagai bidang. Invasi Rusia tidak hanya menghancurkan obyek militer dan sipil, tetapi juga merusak infrastruktur pertanian di banyak wilayah di Ukraina. Sebuah peternakan di wilayah Kharkiv, Ukraina mengalami kerusakan parah akibat serangan pasukan Rusia selama 20 hari. Pengeboman merusak bangunan pertanian dan membunuh dan melukai ternak yang ada di sana. Pekerja pertanian kembali ke desa Malaya Rohan setelah daerah itu direbut kembali oleh pasukan Ukraina. Peternakan ini sebelumnya menyediakan makanan untuk desa-desa garis depan terdekat. Namun invasi telah membuat peternakan ini tidak berfungsi. Kerusakan infrastruktur pertanian di Ukraina telah mengganggu pasokan makanan untuk negara-negara di Eropa, Asia juga dan Afrika. Padahal di tahun 2021, Ukraina adalah pemasok biji-bijian terbesar kedua untuk Uni Eropa. Sementara itu, sebuah gereja di Bicara mengadakan kebaktian pada hari Minggu, mendoakan para warga sipil yang menjadi korban kejahatan perang. Pada saat yang sama, otoritas terkait masih menggali kuburan massal bagi para korban di depan gereja. Jaksa dan ahli forensik kembali menemukan 9 jenazah dan dengan segera dimakamkan bersama puluhan jenazah lainnya di halaman gereja. Sementara itu, dalam pidato yang disampaikan pada Minggu malam di Kiev, Presiden Ukraina Volodymyr Zelensky memperingatkan bangsanya bahwa pasukan Rusia meningkatkan agresi militer di Ukraina bagian timur. Ia meminta dunia untuk memberikan sanksi lebih berat lagi kepada Rusia untuk membantu mengakhiri invasi.
Тиждень, коли Україна живе, попри усі зусилля Росії знищити нас. Ми захищаємось, ми відповідаємо на удари, розвиваємо наші зв'язки з партнерами, отримуємо допомогу, забезпечуємо максимальну увагу світу до наших потреб, впливаємо на глобальну дискусію, пропонуємо і просуваємо нові санкції проти Російської Федерації. Робимо все, щоб притягнути до відповідальності кожного покидька, який прийшов на нашу землю під російським прапором і вбивав наших людей, катував наших людей, руйнував наші міста, мародерів і знущався. Російські війська перейдуть до ще більш масштабних дій на сході нашої держави, можуть використовувати проти нас ще більше ракет, ще більше авіабомб. Але ми готуємось до цих їхніх дій. Ми будемо відповідати. Будемо ще активніше забезпечувати Україну зброєю.
Ya, invasi Rusia ke Ukraina sudah memasuki bulan kedua. Meski upaya dialog perdamaian sudah dilakukan beberapa kali, namun pertempuran di lapangan belum juga mereda, bahkan korban jiwa terus meningkat. Kami akan bahas hal ini bersama Duta Besar Ukraina untuk Indonesia yang sudah bergabung langsung di studio Metro TV malam hari ini. Ada His Excellency Vasil Hamianin. Selamat malam, Pak Dubes. Terima kasih sudah datang ke studio kami malam hari ini. It's been almost 2 months, sir, since the Russia begins attack or invade your country. What is really like about the current condition in Ukraine?
Well, the current condition in Ukraine is very serious, especially in the humanitarian side of it. Because we are facing humanitarian catastrophe for almost a month, especially in some cities surrounded by the Russian invaders, like Mariupol. And thanks God, we already liberated Chernihiv and Sumy, which were on the northern part of Ukraine. But Mariupol now in a grave condition, and there's nearly no escape from the city, and no water supply, no electricity, nothing. And I think this is the most dangerous and most challenging situation referring to the humanitarian sphere. And as for the others, I would say that Russian invaders don't give up the attempts to attack Ukraine, to invade, to kill, to shell, to destroy. So this invasion, I would look at it as not really like a war. It's like a not just simple invasion. It's just a war against the nation, with the aim to destroy the nation and to erase Ukraine from the map of the world. That's why the situation cannot be good. Cannot be. Everybody in Ukraine is in danger.
They withdrew from several cities, but moved to other cities, especially in the eastern part of the Ukraine, to start another attack.
To be honest, they didn't withdraw. They were kicked off the northern part of Ukraine, near Kiev. So our army liberated Kiev region and Chernihiv and Sumy. So that will be more correct to say. So now they concentrated on the eastern direction because I think that, the dictator Putin promised his people, promised his militaries to obtain a victory, to be victorious and to defeat the Ukrainian army. But now they failed to seize even the middle-sized city like Mariupol. They fail. So now I think, and what the experts say, they would concentrate the direction of the attack onto the eastern and partially southern regions of Ukraine. It will be Kramatorsk, Slovyansk, Donetsk and Lugansk regions, and Mariupol.
We know there were numbers of talks that have been held between the Ukraine and Russia, but it seems like the peace is still far away. What happened?
You mean the peace talks?
Yes.
Well, in these two words, peace talks, the key word is peace. So if two parties or many parties sit down and start peace talks, the main condition, and the only one condition actually, the only one demand of Ukraine in this situation is peace, meaning ceasefire and, they must stop killing civilians, they must stop shelling our cities, and they must stop bombing our object of infrastructure and all the rest of it. When you sit down and you hear the sound of bombs dropping on my cities, what peace talks are you talking about? I mean, it's addressing the Russian side. So basically, as I repeat, I would repeat that the answer is very simple. They don't want peace talks. We are ready to talk from the first minute of the invasion because it's our country. Our people are suffering. Our infrastructure is destroyed. Our cities are, like ruined to the ground. We don't want to talk. What is it? We are ready to talk from the first minute. But Russia doesn't want to talk for a simple reason. I repeat it, the aim is not even the territory. The aim is to destroy the cities and to destroy the population of Ukraine. This is very clear, and I came to this like a week ago, and we saw the atrocities in Bucha and other cities, and there will be more. There will be tens of thousands of victims.
Do you think the Bucha killing is an obstacle to the peace talk?
There were no peace talks, in fact. I repeat this. I mean, we are ready. They are not ready. Bucha just showed the world that the blatant lies they deliver from the propaganda machine is just lies, and it's outrageous. It's inhuman. And again, I repeat, we are ready for talks, but no one from Russian side is ready. This is the main obstacle. Atrocities in Bucha are just under investigation, and unfortunately, there are more discoveries.
By the UN. The UN calls an independent investigation to make all the things clear. What happened in Bucha?
It's ICC, International Criminal Court, and it started the investigation 2nd of March. After all this, after our appeals, and now it's a Ukrainian. Prosecutor General's office, investigators who do the main job, but many foreign investigators also joined, and we invited the world community, many countries, including Indonesia, to join the team, to join the investigations, because otherwise Russia would endlessly provide these lies about this fake and all that stuff. But what can we do with the thousands of bodies of killed and tortured? So the investigations is on the way, and everybody guilty will be punished.
What do you think about the support from the Western sides? We know that last week the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson visited Kiev to meet the President Zelensky. Do you see it is a sign for the Western sides to join forces with the Ukraine?
They help us a lot already. not in terms of sending troops to Ukraine. Unfortunately, first weeks of the invasion, we didn't have the sky closed for the missiles and for the aircraft. That's why that's resulted
Military
in
assistance.
Yes,
Not forces.
At that time, we really didn't have any air defense systems. Now we have a bit, and I think that after Bucha and after all these atrocities, the world opened its eyes, and now nobody is being misled in this, and every partner of our country are very firm and very dedicated to help Ukraine to beat the evil. It's not can be called just a state aggressor, it's evil. And that's why we get a lot of help in terms of equipment, ammunition, in terms of humanitarian aid, in terms of financing, keeping our economy afloat a bit to the extent it's possible, and in terms of receiving refugees, in terms of providing moral support, which is very important
including
too.
From Indonesia?
You mean what? Which one? Which bit?
Maybe the international
Well, we are
support?
expecting that Indonesia will provide us with humanitarian aid, because that was declared by stated by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in public. So we are waiting still.
Because as you know that the Indonesian government still maintaining good communication with the Russian as a part of an impartial country. What do you think?
You cannot stay impartial, right? Because, I mean, this is addressed not to Indonesia, but this is addressed to the humankind. You can be neutral, and you still can condemn the aggressor, you still can condemn the murderer, and you still can name him.
For the sake of humanity.
For the sake of humanity, peace and stability in the world.
So the last question will be, we know that Russia and your country, the Ukraine, have a very long history of conflicts.
Yes.
But are you still pessimistic that the peace agreement can be realized in the near future?
I'm very optimistic that the peace agreement will be reached in the near future, but on our conditions. We don't trade by people, we don't trade by land, and we don't trade by our independence. This is definite. That's what my president said to the whole world. We don't make this trade, so the conditions will be ours. And I'm sure that Russia will be defeated and I hope, will be denuclearized, because if we still have this country threatening every day to everyone in the world with the nuclear weapons, I think that something should be done with this.
Okay, right. Thank you very much, His Excellency Vasil Hamianin, Duta Besar Ukraina untuk Indonesia. Terima kasih.
Terima kasih
Selamat
banyak.
malam. Itu dia tadi pemirsa perbincangan saya dengan Duta Besar Ukraina untuk Indonesia, Bapak Vasil Hamianin, terkait kondisi terkini di Ukraina di tengah konflik yang hingga saat ini masih terus terjadi dengan invasi dari Rusia.